What's up, guys? This is Patrick from WP Builder Helper, and today we have a Brizy update. I wanted to go over some of the updates that Brizy's going to be doing since none of the other channels out there are covering this. For some reason, they just don't want to talk about Brizy, Oxygen, or any of the other page builders that are on the market. They want to give you a very small window of things like just Divi and Elementor, and I'm just not interested in talking about the same old stuff that's coming out. So today we've got an update from Brizy, and Brizy's update it's a pretty giant update. They haven't updated in a little while, and they've come up with some really cool things that they're adding to just the free version of Brizy, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. When we start out, you're going to see that they talk about the gap between the last two updates. Brizy has not been coming out with updates on time. However, they have told us that in the future this is going to change. This is all because of the development process, which I'm fine with. If they've got to make something better, I totally understand it. It is what it is. The development process is it's its own thing. All right, but then as we go through this update, you will see, so what's new for this update? So obviously they've done some UI styling, which is nice. Brizy has got one of the prettiest styling selectors of any page builder that's on the market when it comes to the UI and the UX. They do a really good job of it, and I just keep repeating that over and over again because I'm really hoping that some of the other page builders will kind of take a look at this and start seeing what they do that makes it just so fantastic. But it really is minimalistic. They focus on the experience rather than trying to make everything big and clunky. A lot of page builders will put things in a frame or a window, and they just kind of limit you to that window. And Brizy's not all about that. Their interface is all about getting out of your way and making sure that you can see the full page as it's supposed to be rendered whenever you're going on the front end. So I think that that's pretty cool, but this is just showing some stylized changes that they're making, just little minor things, but I just think it's a really elegant way of doing the design, and it looks really great. They've got some new normal and hover states, which I think is cool, because now you've got some more options when it comes to hovering, which can always help for just different things. This function, though, is the one that I really like. They have added an image mask to text. Now, for those who aren't aware, anybody who's tried to do gradient text before, or anybody who's tried to put an image behind text, typically when you do this, you have to do it in Photoshop. And the reason why is because it's just so much of a pain in the ass with CSS. It can be done. It's not that it can't be done. Really smart people can use masks and things like that to try and do it. But for your average user that doesn't know CSS, it's a bit of a pain. And so in here you can see they're actually putting an image behind the words, and the words are showing through. The words show through, and it's just really cool that they're allowing something like this to be done. I also read somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, that gradients, that's what I was thinking of. A lot of people want to use gradients for text. Designers will argue, it's kind of a bad thing. You shouldn't use gradients for text. But the fact is that more and more websites are getting gradient based, and gradients, they do make things harder to read, so you need to be careful with a gradient. Don't try and use too many colors like in this example. But if you're doing one or two and you're trying to do like a linear shade or something like that, it can be really elegant and come out really good looking. And I think that is absolutely great that they've added these gradients to this. I mean, that's a lot of people want gradient text. And then finally they've got text shadows, so they finally added text shadows into it, which is pretty cool. And then it looks like they have search and hide elements. So you can hide some of your elements as you're going through them if you have an element that you don't use. That's another really cool thing. I wish Elementor had this, because there's a bunch of elements that I don't even use in Elementor that I don't even like. They're there and they just take up space, and I really hate them. this is a really neat UI UX interface that they're doing here. I love this. The fact that you can go in and physically tell the program, no, I don't want to use this because I'm never going to use it. Click off of it, delete. That's pretty neat. I think that that's cool. And also, shape dividers are free. So in the past, shape dividers have been a pro feature. These are now free, which is, once again, they're just adding more benefits to the free version. And then they say they've done some optimization under the hood of CSS and clearing up the DOM tree, which is just a way of saying that they're trying to make it look prettier on the back end when you're actually looking at the code, which is something that a lot of people have been wanting for quite some time. We want the code to process correctly because right now Oxygen's one of the best builders when it comes to code, and it puts out like literally zero extra code when it comes to that. But this is still cool. This is a step in the right direction. The fact that they're acknowledging this and not waiting days and months and weeks down the line means that they're working on it, and I think that that's really cool. So they say that next is the contact form and some new design elements. They show what the design elements look like. The new kits are coming, both light and dark version, and they're just giving you some examples here of some of the kits that are coming, and then some conclusions to what they always do. But I really think that this is cool. This update is purely, all of these things are purely free. These are part of the free builder, and I think that that's absolutely amazing that they're giving so much value to a free builder. Brizy is going to make a name for itself in a way that no other page builder is, and that is they're going to end up giving away so much free crap that it's going to force other page builders to go, whoa, we can't do that, guys. Like, you're going to make us lose money. But the fact is, that's how Brizy's doing it, and I can't argue that it's not smart. From a marketing perspective, if you're the only page builder that can do shape dividers and gradients, and you can do all of these other things, and you're optimizing it, eventually Brizy is going to catch up to the main competitors, and they're going to start chipping away at their market share, little by little. And if they already haven't started chipping away at their market share, it's going to happen. And all the rest of these YouTubers that aren't talking about Brizy are going to start talking about Brizy because they're going to have to. It's going to happen, guys. It's a ways down the road, but it's still going to happen. Brizy is not stopping in their full steam at making sure that this page builder is gigantic when it comes out, and that it's just steaming right ahead until it hits that point where it's like Elementor, where it's like some of these other bigger page builders. And they're really doing a good job with it when it comes to it. Their updates have been a little bit lacking, but I think they can make up for that on the back end. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'll have more updates from Brizy. I plan to do more tutorials and things like that where I go deeper into the shape dividers, the optimization, even playing with the gradients to kind of show you what it looks like. If you like this video, please leave a comment down below and go ahead and hit that subscribe button that I'm going to add. And a special note, I wanted to ask this. Leave a comment down below. Do you want to see some Brizy web designed pages? Like, you want me to build out some pages with Brizy and just do that with maybe some music over it? Let me know down below in the comments if you think that's a cool idea. I was thinking about doing that with some of the page builders, taking out my ugly face and making it to where you could just watch some design and making it, some people learn like that. So I wanted to know what you guys thought. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.